dissolves into a liquid dread. I am drifting through a corridor of glass where the shadows hum a low and hollow tune. Floating above the garden where the lilies sleep, caught in the suspension of a velvet tie. The horizon is a blur of faded violet ink with nowhere left for a restless mind to hide. You're suspended in a chamber made of clouds. Wait for the morning to forget its name. Oh, the weightless motion of a quiet mind, sinking deep into the velvet blue. No directions left for us to find, just the stillness of the world made new. Surrendering to the gentle sway as the solid edges melt away. Time is a shallow pool beneath our feet, a mere reflecting a sky that never ends. Every heavy thought is now obsolete as the fabric of the evening slowly bends. Broken fragments of a distant day, turning into mist and floating far away. Rest your heavy head against the velvet dark. Let the humming wires carry you along. The stars are only flickers of a dying spark, lost within the middle of a wordless song. The air is thick with the scent of coming rain, washing out the traces of a lingering pain. Oh, the weightless motion of a quiet mind, sinking deep into the velvet blue. No directions left for us to find, just the stillness of the world made new. Surrendering to the gentle sway as the solid edges melt away. Oh, the weightless motion of a quiet mind, sinking deep into the velvet blue. No directions left for us to find, just the stillness of the world made new. Surrendering to the gentle sway as the solid edges melt away. The silver haze is hanging heavy on the glass. I watch the heavy moments as they slowly pass. A velvet blanket folding over every street. The hum of silence makes the picture feel complete. My fingers trace the outline of a hollow space, the pale reflection of a half-forgotten face. The light is bending in a prism on the floor. I wonder what the morning has been waiting for. A liquid motion in the corner of my side. The indigo is bleeding through the coming light. I sink into the softness of the fabric chairs and breathe the stillness of the cool and quiet airs. The shadows lengthen like a slow and steady tide, with nowhere left for all the tired thoughts to hide. The clock is ticking, but the hands are standing still against the gravity of my own drifting will. Float across the ceiling like a ghost of gold, woven in the stories that were never told. Caught between the layers of the shifting deep, waking in the middle of a restless sleep. Higher than the sunlight of a limestone peak, finding all the answers that I used to seek. Gliding on the surface of a polished sea, seated in a globe of violet grass. I let the heavy expectations pass. The weight of every word has washed away into the grayness of a newborn day. The window opens on a garden made of mist. By every cooling current I am softly kissed. The furniture is melting into shades of blue. I lose the memory of everything I knew. The ceiling mirrors back the ocean far below. I'll follow where the gentle currents want to go. A quiet union with the atmosphere around. No longer tethered to the solid muddy ground. Float across the ceiling like a ghost of gold, woven in the stories that were never told. Caught between the layers of the shifting deep, waking in the middle of a mesca sleep. Higher than the summit of a limestone peak, finding all the answers that I used to seek. Gliding on the surface of a polished sea, further from the person that I used to be. The silver ceiling parts without a sound, leaving the heavy pool of solid ground. My pulse is just a ripple on the glass, watching the shadows of the seasons pass. No clocks are ticking in this hollow light, just the slow unraveling of the night. Oh,
breakdance behind my closed eyes, tracing the geography of a map never drawn. Time is a fabric that has lost its iron grip, unraveling softly into threads of pure dust. I recognize the silence as a long lost companion, calling around the depth of a mirror turned cold. Hold on to the weightlessness of the unfolding hour, let the velvet distance carry us further away in this kingdom of mist and unspoken devotion. We are the haze that the dawn cannot touch, rising and falling like a slow and take a breath until the world is just a flicker in the dark. Hold on to the weightlessness of the unfolding hour, let the velvet distance carry us further away in this kingdom of mist and unspoken devotion. We are the haze that the dawn cannot touch, rising and falling like a slow and take a breath until the world is just a flicker in the dark. Hold on to the weightlessness of the unfolding hour, let the velvet distance carry us further away in this kingdom of mist and unspoken devotion. We are the haze that the dawn cannot touch, rising and falling like a slow and take of breath until the world is just a flicker in the dark.
The sheets are heavy with the golden dust of afternoon. I watch the curtains drift like ghosts across the ceiling, tracing the silver lines where the day breaks into pieces, losing the weight of every anchor held in the deep. I am floating through the marrow of a quiet thought, waiting for the ember light to fold me in its arms. Hold the stillness until it turns to liquid glass. We are the shadows dancing on the edge of the velvet, breath like a feather landing on a frozen lake. Nothing remains but the glow inside the haze, wrapped in the humming of the spinning spheres, moving through the heart of a loosened cloud. Floorboards are humming with a forgotten melody. Time is a moth circling a lamp that never fades. Every word is a pebble dropped into a well of silk, circles widening until they touch the distant stars. I feel the pulse of the earth through the soles of my feet, but my head is lost in the currents of the drifting air. Hold the stillness until it turns to liquid glass. We are the shadows dancing on the edge of the velvet, breath like a feather landing on a frozen lake. Nothing remains but the glow inside the haze. clouds to liquid glass. We are the shadows dancing on the edge of the velvet. Breath like a feather landing on a frozen lake. Nothing remains but the glow inside the haze, wrapped in the humming of the spinning spheres, moving through the heart of a losing cloud. Silver currents flow through the open ceiling, where the gravity dissolves into a pale blue haze. We are drifting past the edges of the known, suspended in a cradle made of shifting light. Every breath is a ripple in the silence. Heavy thoughts turn to feathers in this thin air. The horizon is a thread of glowing silk, pulling us toward the center of a waking sleep. gravity of some forgotten moon. Velvet layers thickening along the hollow hall, suspended in the amber where the golden feathers fall. Liquid silence pulling in the hollows of the hand, tracing out the map of an unwritten coastal land. Nothing has a boundary in this pale and breathing room, sinking through the petals of a subterranean bloom, drifting on the vapor of 1,000 hidden sighs, caught within the flicker of 100 closing eyes. Oceanic ceilings where the light begins to bend, floating through a story that refuses now to end. Losing every anchor in the hum of perfect deep, walking on the surface of a wide and waking sleep. Vibration of the distance, the softening of time, ascending through the cadence of a slow and wordless rhyme, dissolving in the radiance of the pale and holy glow, leaving all the heavy things 1,000 miles below. Canvas of the evening turning indigo and gray, brushing off the remnants of a loud and jagged day, cotton in the pulses and the sugar in the breath, finding all the sweetness in a temporary death. Every single motion is a riddle in the haze, lost inside the shimmer of 1,000 quiet waves, drifting on the vapor of 1,000 hidden sighs, caught within the flicker of 100 closing eyes. Oceanic ceilings where the light begins to bend, floating through a story that refuses now to end. Losing every anchor in the hum of perfect deep, walking on the surface of a wide awakened sleep, drifting on the vapor of 1,000 hidden sighs, caught within the flicker of 100 closing eyes. Oceanic ceilings where the light begins to bend, floating through a story that refuses now to end. The ceiling is a heavy shade of violet, distorting every breath I try to hold. The furniture is lost its solid edges, merging with the shadows and the cold. I trace the silver static on the carpet where memories of sunlight used to crawl. There is a hollow ringing in the silence that bounces off the velvet on the wall. I drift across the surface of the morning before the sharper colors start to break. The dust is dancing in a slow formation for every lonely movement that I make. The air is thick with ghosts of lavender and promises that dissolved in the glass. I watch the curtains mimic tidal motions as all the hours of the daylight pass. This is the architecture of a fever, a cathedral made of salt and hazy light. We are the architects of drifting
for the ones to come and take us, regardless of the heavy asking price. This is the architecture of a fever, a cathedral made of salt and greasy light. We are the architects of drifting sideways, beyond the reach of everything that is right. There is no gravity inside this chamber, oh no component of a distant tide. We fold ourselves into the haze, fabric with nowhere left for anyone to hide. Silver dust settles upon the floor, where gravity loses its hold on the line. I float through the hallways of a hollow day, watching the colors dissolve into white. The clock on the wall has swept wide in its hands. Time is a ribbon untied in the breeze. I walk through the garden of motionless trees, where silence is humming in shades of blue. The horizon is bleeding into the sea, a velvet curtain drawn over the sun. I am the shadow of someone I used to be, now that the waking world is done. Ghostly water flowing uphill, suspended in the cooling glow. Everything moving but standing still, wrapped in the fleece of the low. Weightless as a breath in the frost, finding a home in the wide and the lost. Ghostly water flowing uphill, suspended in the cooling glow. Everything moving but standing still, wrapped in the fleece of the low. Weightless as a breath in the frost, finding a home in the wide and the lost. Pale smoke circles the crown of the hill. The valley is drinking the milk of the moon. The birds have gone quiet and perfectly still, humming a nameless and hollow tune. My pockets are heavy with pebbles and glass, but my feet never touch the uneven ground. I watch as the centuries quietly pass, without making even a flicker of sound. The horizon is bleeding into the sea, a velvet curtain drawn over the sun. I am the shadow of someone I used to be, now that the waking world is done. Ghostly water flowing uphill, suspended in the cooling glow. Everything moving but standing still, wrapped in the flames of the low. Weightless as a breath in the frost, finding a home in the wide and the lost. Ghostly water flowing uphill, suspended in the cooling glow. Everything moving but standing still, wrapped in the face of the low. Weightless as a breath in the frost, finding a home in the wide and the lost. The horizon dissolves in a pale lavender haze, drowning the edges of these hollowed out days, tenderly drifting through a
watching the giants of industry fall. The colors are bleeding across the divine, tracing a jagged and flickering line. Heaviness hangs like a curtain of smoke in the language of water that nobody spoke. The horizon dissolves in a pale lavender haze, drowning the edges of these hollowed out bays, tenderly drifting through a velvet descent. The light is a ghost and a silence suspend, fading away in a wash of the tide where all of the secrets of gravity hide.
The horizon bleeds into a velvet shroud, where the silence breathes beneath the copper cloud. We are drifting through the lens of a faded sun before the ghost of the day is finally undone, caught in the silver grain of a frozen frame. The weight of the sky leans heavy on the glass, watching the centuries of shadows slowly pass. It is not the distance that makes the heart grow cold, but the weight of the stories that remain untold. The tide pulls the anchors from the ocean floor as we wander toward the edge of an unseen shore. The light is a liquid gold pouring through the cracks, leaving no trace of our wanderings or our track. The horizon bleeds into a velvet shroud, where the silence breathes beneath the copper cloud. We are drifting through the lens of a fading sun before the ghost of the day is finally undone, caught in the silver grain of a frozen frame. The dust settles down on the old mahogany stair, like 1,000 memories suspended in the air. There is a hollow ringing in the valley below, where the rivers of indigo and violet flow. Do not look for the map or the written sign when the stars start to blur and the peaks align. Everything we touched has turned into haze, lost in the flittering of a cinematic maze. The horizon bleeds into a velvet shroud, where the silence breathes beneath the copper cloud. We are drifting through the lens of a fading sun before the ghost of the day is finally undone. Caught in the silver grain of a folding frame.
in the hollow of a pearl, where the tide forgets to turn, tracing lines across the ceiling, watching how the embers burn. I am floating through the plaster in a room without a name. Every shadow is a mirror, every flicker is the same. The ceiling pulls me upward like a gravity reverse. The silence is a nectar, and I drink it till I burst. I am dissolving in the texture of the thought I cannot hold, between the silver and the velvet, where the cooling gray turns gold. Suspended in the amber of a long forgotten gaze, the world is just a fiction seen through a lavender haze. I am falling into stillness where the heavy pulses sleep, giving all my heavy secrets to the promises I keep. Suspended in the amber of a long forgotten gaze, the world is just a fiction seen through a lavender haze. I am falling into stillness where the heavy pulses sleep, giving all my heavy secrets to the promises I keep. A drift of white linen, a landscape made of breath, but quiet as a garden, far away from life and death. Nothing moves but the intention of a pulse against the wrist. We are only what remains when the solid turns to mist. If I reach out for the boundary, does the boundary reach for me? I am navigating ripples on a vast and inner sea. No more anchors in the doorway, no more clocks upon the shelf, just a long and quiet journey to the center of myself. The ceiling pulls me upward like a gravity reverse. The silence is a nectar, and I drink it till I burst. I am dissolving in the texture of a thought I cannot hold, between the silver and the velvet, where the cooling gray turns gold. Suspended in the amber of a long forgotten gaze, the world is just a fiction seen through a lavender haze. I am falling into stillness where the steady pulses sleep, leaving all my heavy secrets to the promises I keep. The silver mist descends upon the quiet hollow. The to sail within the gardens of the white. No anchor holds the weight of solid ground. The golden haze is breathing through the glass. A symphony that makes no jagged
the grain and timber mill. I see the faces of the seasons turning into stone, finding a strange tranquility in being quite alone. The ache is not a burn, but a steady humming wire. The cooling embers of a long forgotten pyre. The horizon blurs the line between the earth and the sky as the final birds of passage begin their long goodbye. Gravity is loosening its grip upon my tired bones, while the wind hums hymns in some forgotten baritones. Oh, it is a soft descent into the pale blue deep. A promise to stars we're never meant to keep. Let the sadness wrap around like a woolen shroud. A solitary beacon glowing beneath a heavy cloud. It is the beauty of a bridge that leads to nowhere fast. A fragile sanctuary built of things that cannot last. Oh, it is a soft descending into the pale blue deep. A promise the listless stars were never meant to keep. Let the sadness wrap around like a The silver dust settles on the edge of the glass, floating through the silent hall where shadows pass. A quiet velvet light begins to unfold its wings upon the pale horizon where the morning clings. The ceiling fades into a mist of pearly white, dissolving every heavy thought within the night. A tender tide is washing over hollow stones, softening the marrow in my tired, weary bones. The fabric of the hour is thin and barely there, like a stray feather suspended in the cooling air. No gravity can hold the weight of what we know when the undercurrent lets the heavy anchors go. Underneath the linen sky we drift away, further than the borders of the closing day. It is the breathing of the world in perfect rest, a lullaby inside a steady tranquil chest. The motion of the clouds across a painted sea is all that remains of the ghost of you and me. Golden flecks are dancing on the sleeping floor, tracing every pattern leading to the open door. The hum of silence is a symphony so slight, a fragile prayer offered to the fading light. No jagged edges mar the smoothness of the scene. Everything is washed in shades of pale and serene. Time is just a ripple on a pond of glass, watching every frantic second slowly pass. The heavy cloak of worry slips onto the ground, lost within the stillness where no grief is found. We are the haze that lingers when the candle dies, the final blink of light behind the closing eye. Underneath the linen sky we drift away, further than the borders of the closing day. It is the
the ghost of you and me. deepest veins to pour the morning onto every upturned face. All the heavy curtains are finally drawn wide, and the pale radiance is pouring to the glass. We are floating on a tide of unspoken names, leaving all the tangled weights of the world aside.
across the ceiling tiles, where shadows stretch their fingers into long
picture of a ghost within the frame. 1,000 tiny flickers that refuse to have a name. The water stains are bleeding to the velvet in the hall as gravity surrenders to the writing on the wall. We are suspended in the mercury of the deep. Between the promises we swore that we would keep. A kaleidoscope of diamonds burning in the cold. The secrets that the ancient constellations hold. I am dissolving in the brilliance of your stare until there is no weight within the open air. The clocks are winding backwards in a spiral of descent, recalling every sequence of the hours that we spent. Your silhouette is carved into the fabric of the night, a prism bent in fragments of a pale and distant light. The pavement turns to liquid where the garden used to bloom, and silence finds a sanctuary inside this hollow room. The veil is thin enough to touch. We never needed very much. The tides are pulling at the sea. The waking world is but a ski. We are suspended